I never suspected a thing. Life was good, or so I thought. I had a steady job, a cozy apartment, and a loving husband, Mark. We had been married for 5 years, and while the initial spark had dimmed, we were comfortable. But comfort can sometimes breed complacency. It started with little things. Mark would come home late from work, claiming overtime, or he'd be glued to his phone, often slipping away to take calls. I shrugged it off. After all, he worked in a high-pressure job. It wasn't unusual for him to stay late. One evening, while preparing dinner, I noticed a strange number on Mark's phone. It was a number I didn't recognize, and instinctively, my heart raced. I told myself it was nothing, but the gnawing doubt wouldn't leave me. Days turned into weeks, and my unease only grew. One night, I decided to take a peek. When Mark stepped into the shower, I grabbed his phone, my fingers trembling. The screen lit up, revealing a series of messages that shattered my world. "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was incredible." Another message read, "I love how you make me feel alive again." My heart sank as I scrolled through the conversation. The sender was someone named Kate. I felt bile rise in my throat. I tried to catch my breath, the weight of betrayal pressing down on me. When Mark emerged, I feigned nonchalance. "Hey, who's Kate?" I asked casually, trying to mask the storm brewing inside me. Mark's face paled, and for a brief moment, I could see the panic flicker in his eyes. "Just a coworker. Nothing to worry about." But I was already spiraling. That night, sleep eluded me as I replayed the messages in my mind. Each word felt like a knife, cutting deeper into my trust. The following day, I decided to confront Mark. I gathered my courage, my heart pounding as I faced him. "I know about Kate," I said, my voice steady despite the chaos within. Mark's expression morphed from shock to guilt. "Jess, save it," I interrupted, tears streaming down my cheeks. Was it worth it? He tried to reach for me, but I stepped back, feeling sick. "I can't believe you would do this to me." "To us," Mark confessed. It had started innocently, a few late nights turned into drinks, then passion. He described how Kate made him feel young and desirable again, words that twisted like a dagger in my heart. "You're right," he murmured, shame washing over him. "I messed up. I thought I could keep it separate." But how could he think that? I felt the very foundation of our life crumble beneath me. I needed space, and as I walked out of our apartment, I felt a mix of anger and sorrow. Weeks passed, and our marriage hung by a thread. I moved into a friend's spare room, drowning in my thoughts. I found myself replaying memories of happier times with Mark, but they felt tainted now. The laughter, the intimacy, how could he betray me so deeply? One night, fueled by a mix of anger and desperation, I reached out to Mark. We met at a local cafe, the air heavy with unspoken words. As we spoke, the conversation shifted from blame to memories. We recalled our early days, the first date, the spontaneous trips, the dreams we shared. In that moment, passion ignited again, raw and unfiltered. We kissed, a surge of longing and regret coursing through us. But as we pulled away, reality set in. The taste of betrayal lingered, and I felt myself retreat. "I can't do this," I whispered, my heart breaking all over again. Mark's eyes were filled with remorse, but I couldn't see a way back. The love we once shared felt like a ghost haunting me. As time moved on, I learned to heal. I focused on myself, rediscovering passions I'd lost along the way. The pain of betrayal remained, a scar that would fade but never fully disappear. Eventually, I found a sense of peace, knowing that trust, once broken, is a hard thing to mend. Mark reached out occasionally, but each time, I declined. Some wounds are too deep to heal, and some betrayals are impossible to forgive. In the end, I understood that I deserved more than a half-hearted love. I was ready to embrace a future of my own making, free from the shadows of deceit.